Welcome to my channel Chemistry Video, and today we are going to discuss in lecture number 7. The topic is work done and expansion process. What is work done and how it is expand. Now see, suppose we have a system. Suppose I have a system. It's a kind of system. I don't know which kind of system, which is open system, closed system, or whatsoever the system is. And we want to increase its energy. We want to increase its energy. So if you want to increase its energy, so there are two ways to increase its energy. Two ways. Number one, just supply heat, so automatically its energy will be risen. So its energy क्या हो जाएगी, बढ़ जाएगी. So we can say heat is denoted in thermodynamics with a small q. So number one, supply heat, external heat, supply heat. This is the first way to increase the energy of the system. Second one, work done on the system. You have to perform work on the system, यानी आपने इस सिस्टम के ऊपर वर्क डन करना है. You have to done work done on the system. On the system of work done on the system का मतलब क्या होता है कि सपोज ये मेरे पास एक मार्कर है, ठीक है, ये मार्कर है. अब देखें, मैं इसको, बल्कि मैं इसका मुँह आपकी साइड पे, अब मैं इसको यहाँ से थोड़ा सा धक्का दूंगा तो मेरी अपनी एनर्जी इसमें ट्रांसफर हो जाएगी और ये पोटेंशियल एनर्जी इसमें स्टोर होके ये क्या हो जाएगा, काइनेटिक एनर्जी के थ्रू आगे से मूवमेंट करेगा. मतलब मेरी एनर्जी इसमें ट्रांसफर हो गई और ये चला गया. दिस इज वर्क डन. नंबर वन जब आपने किया. दूसरा ये होता है, फर्ज करो ये देखें, ये मार्कर है, यहाँ पर इसकी एनर्जी 0 है ग्राउंड स्टेट पे. इसको मैं यहाँ से उठाता हूँ, उठा के यहाँ पे लाता हूँ और इसको छोड़ देता हूँ, इसको छोड़ दिया तो ये डायरेक्ट नीचे चला जाएगा. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि जब मैंने इसको ऊपर उठाया तो इसके अंदर पोटेंशियल एनर्जी जमा होती रही ऊपर आके जैसे ही मैंने इसको छोड़ दिया, ये इसमें एनर्जी ज़्यादा थी, ये स्टेबल होने के लिए वापस अपने ग्राउंड स्टेट में जाने की कोशिश करता है तो ये नीचे चला जाता है. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि इन्हें वर्क डन जो है ना उस सिस्टम के ऊपर करने के लिए या तो आपको उसको एनर्जी देनी पड़ती है, यानी आपने उसको एनर्जी दी, या आपको अगेंस्ट द ग्रेविटी लेके जाना पड़ेगा. तो ये दो तरह के वर्क डन होते हैं हमारे पास. तो सबसे पहले हमने क्या करना है, हमने या तो इसको हीट दे दें या इसकी एनर्जी चेंज हो जाएगी. दूसरा, इसके ऊपर वर्क डन कर ले, क्योंकि थर्मोडायनेमिक्स में वी ऑलवेज डील विद द गैसियस स्टेट. सो सपोज वी हैव अ सिस्टम इन व्हिच देयर इज गैस मॉलिक्यूल्स आर देयर, गैस मॉलिक्यूल आर enclosed in it, and it has some pressure P. इसका प्रेशर P है, and of course there is a piston on it, and this piston is frictionless, weightless. It can move easily up and down. Now see, suppose some more weights are present on it. Now this pressure will be applied on outer side, so this is called pressure external. Yeah, we can say opposing pressure. Opposing force is also called external, and this will be from internal side because pressure outside and inside is equal, so that's why it will be in equilibrium state. Now this is a gas. This is a gas. Now see, it has some volume, and the volume is like V1. It has the volume V1. Now see what happens. Suppose the internal pressure is 50 and external pressure is also 50. If we decrease the external pressure, suppose we make it 48. So now 50 and 48. So it is not in equilibrium state. So here this will move upward. This movement of pressure inside the gas is called driving pressure or driving force. And because it will move the piston in upward direction, तो ये यहाँ से ऊपर चला जाएगा. ठीक है, तो इस तरह के फोर्स को ड्राइविंग फोर्स कहा जाता है. तो इस तरह से आपने देखा कि जब ये ऊपर जाएगा तो जाहिर बात है प्रेशर भी होगा, वॉल्यूम भी इंक्रीज होगा, क्योंकि जब ये ऊपर कम होगा, फर्स्ट करो मैं यहाँ 40 कर देता हूँ, 50 कर देता हूँ, तो ऑफ कोर्स it will move upward direction, so volume will also, now see, there will be change in the volume, so volume will also be changed. This is called V2, initially it was V1, now V2, volume and pressure also will be changed. So this time this type of work done is called there is another name for it, that is called PV work done. This type of work is called PV type of work done. PV type of work done. What is PV type of work done? Suppose, what is work done? Work done is nothing but force into displacement. Force into displacement. जैसे इस ये मार्कर है, जब इसको हमने इस पे फोर्स लगाया हमने, तो इसमें क्या हुआ, डिस्प्लेसमेंट हो गया, तो इस पर वर्क डन हो गया. So what is work done? Now see, work done. What is force? Force is nothing but the unit of force is Newton and displacement is measured in meter. So the unit is Newton meter. Now, what is pressure and volume? Now see, pressure. What is pressure? Pressure and volume. Pressure is measured in force per unit area, force acting per unit area, and V like the same. फोर्स, प्रेशर की जगह पे हम फोर्स पर यूनिट एरिया भी कर सकते हैं, वॉल्यूम को ऐसे लिख दिया. तो नाउ सी, व्हाट इज फोर्स? फोर्स इज नथिंग बट न्यूटन, एंड फोर्स इज मेजर्ड इन न्यूटन, एंड व्हाट इज द यूनिट ऑफ एरिया? एरिया इज मीटर स्क्वायर. डॉट, व्हाट इज वॉल्यूम? वॉल्यूम इज मेजर्ड इन क्यूब. सो दिस m2 is cancelled with m2, so one m is remaining, so the unit is nm. So what here, one thing is more important, PV is nothing, PV is equal to W, because now see, pressure volume has the same unit Newton meter, and also work done has the same unit Newton meter. So we can now simply say that force and this can be measured in another way, like the same work done. Now see, if I make it clear, like work done is nothing but force multiplied by displacement. Now see, when system performs, now see, in this diagram, now see, this gas performed a work on this system, so we can say that work is done by the system, so it will always be negative. When we apply pressure on upper portion, so we can say that work is done on the system, but now work is done by the system. So whenever external pressure perform the work, we will use positive symbol. When internal pressure performs the work, so we will use a negative. So we can say also work done is equal to minus opposing force. Opposing into displacement, because this force is also called opposing force. This is negative, so opposing force is also negative. What do we think? We can say this is opposing force, it is opposing force, so we can say opposing force is nothing but minus P external. And what is displacement? Displacement is nothing, just volume into displacement. We can say this is the change in volume, because now see, before that we can say this is also change in volume. So change in volume and displacement. And what is change in volume? Minus P external. We can say that V2 minus V1. So change in volume and displacement. Change in volume and displacement is called V2 minus V1. This is nothing but expansion is there. So we can say that VW is equal to, this is the first formula. Suppose W is equal to, if it is negative, so we can say P external delta V, and W is equal to positive P external delta V. If it is negative, it means work done on expansion will be there. If it is negative, so there will be expansion, and whenever there is positive sign, it means there is contraction. जब ये इसके ऊपर सिस्टम पे अमल करेगा तो ये ऊपर चला जाएगा और ये नेगेटिव का साइन आएगा, लेकिन जब ऊपर से वर्क डन होगा तो ये नीचे आ जाएगा, वॉल्यूम प्रेशर कम हो जाएगा, वॉल्यूम कम हो जाएगा, तो ये पॉजिटिव का साइन आएगा. So these two formulas very much important in thermodynamics. It will be used in coming numericals as well. So it was a short video about we can say work done in expansion process. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Take a very good care of yourself. Assalamu alaikum.